first I'm going to start you guys out. Take a look at this picture here of your brain, normal brain here. People with Alzheimer's, you notice the brain's smaller and it's more destroyed. My speech here, I'm going to inform you about Alzheimer's disease and the effect it has on the individuals that have it, and also their family, kind of. I'm credible to give this speech because two of my grandparents, my grandma and my grandpa, both have it. My grandma got it 3 years ago, and my grandpa's just kind of getting diagnosed with it. And I've also done extensive research on it. First, I'll explain what it is. Second, I'll explain the stages of the disease, and last, I'll provide ways to prevent the disease or potential ways to prevent it. So, what is it? According to ALZ.org, Alzheimer's is a type of dementia that causes problems with memory and thinking behavior. For example, I'll kind of tell you about my grandma a little bit. Like I said, she was diagnosed 3 years ago, and usually it's not like in effect or like full effect fastly. It takes a few years, but it affected her very quickly. She was living on her own, and that's one of the things they say that kind of causes it, not seeing people that much. And over the years, since it picked up so fast, she lived in like assisted living homes, and then nursing home, and then now she's in hospice care. And when she was in her assisted living home, she had a roommate, and she would like get confused, and she just loses all train of thought. It's almost like you have a brain of like someone younger than you, like when you're like a baby or whatever. And she would like tell her roommate that her roommate's bed is my aunt's bed or something, or my aunt would come in and she would say like hi, like think she's her sister or something. So it's kind of sad. It's actually, according to Alzheimer.net, 1 in 9 Americans over the age of 65 has Alzheimer's, and 5.3 million Americans have Alzheimer's unless a cure is found, and more than 16 million Americans will have the disease by 2015 if there's no cure found. Now that I've talked about Alzheimer's, I'll tell you about the stages. According to healthguide.org, there's 7 stages. First one is no impairment. That's pretty much you're just normal. You're kind of seeing some little differences. And then minimal impairment. It's similar. You have like normal forgetfulness, like that you would have throughout aging. Then mild cognitive impairment. It's when people start to realize that they have it, and they kind of try to cover it up, and they struggle to recall like some words and stuff. And then there's mild Alzheimer's. That's number 4. That's when you're completely aware that you have it, and you avoid situations where you think it might affect your normal being. And then moderate Alzheimer's. It's when you frequently are disoriented and cannot perform normal tasks. And that's when like people are older age are at risk for like scams and stuff and like fraud. And then 6 is moderately severe Alzheimer's. You cannot care for yourselves, and you kind of lose your train of thought. Some people forget, like my grandma now, she can't even talk, and you kind of communicate your feelings by behavior, and only the people that you know really know how you're feeling. And then late or severe Alzheimer's is when you need full support, which is how my grandma is now. She's in a wheelchair, she can't walk, she can't talk, she barely eats like unless she really wants to, kind of thing. And now that I've talked about stages of Alzheimer's, I'll provide some ways of possibly preventing it. Supposedly you can have fruits and vegetables. That helps offset it, I guess. Omega-3, glass of wine a day, which cures a lot of things according to people. And strong social support, which is like staying in touch with your family, your friends, and doing sporting activities, playing cards, going to events, everything, and also like brain games and stuff like that. So, in conclusion, my speech was to inform you about Alzheimer's disease and how the effect it has on individuals and their families. I was credible to give the speech because both my grandparents have it, and I did extensive research. I explained what it is. Second, I explained the stages. And third, I provided ways to prevent it. end you off, I'll leave you with a little statistic here that every 68 seconds someone develops Alzheimer's, and so within my speech, about 4 people have developed this disease. Thank you.